All right, so let's tell the shit's bad yo story. So shit's bad yo, okay? All right, so we were in the middle of probably the Gulf of Aden or the Red Sea or some shit, who knows. We were fucking on deployment. I think it was the 22nd MEU, could have been the 24th MEU. Hell, it could have even been the 26th MEU. I don't remember what I even had for lunch yesterday. Goddamn malaria pills. But I do remember the shit's bad yo story. So, me and Galvan ran nights. We were two sergeants that ran nights. And Bellis and Muth were on day crew. So Muth was the staff in the COIC that took out the deployment. He's a staff sergeant. And then we had Sergeant Bellis, Sergeant Galvan, Sergeant McClellan, and me. So we all got promoted to sergeant on the deployment, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I'm fucking getting off on a tangent like that. So we're working on a RWR gripe. Really doesn't matter what RWR stands for. But it's basically secret equipment on the Harrier. So anytime you remove one of the components, it has to be put under double locks. So basically every avionics shop had a back vault, as they called it. It was like a locked room, and then you had a safe in the back, or you had locked boxes. So everything had to be behind double locks, right? So I'll never forget, we were troubleshooting a gripe. At the time, it was probably me and Bain that did it. But I had determined that one of the RWR receivers in one of the wings was bad. So I took that bad boy down in the shop, and I had 100-mile-an-hour tape, which is basically like duct tape. Your gray duct tape. I put a fucking, here, I'll even show you what I did, right? So let's get this tape started here. So I got this bad RWR receiver, right? And it's a brick of it's a component like, you know, just a little brick, okay? And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna mark this. You know, a standard guy would, you know, put that he would just mark it as bad, so that when you went to the, when you went into the fucking box where all these were stored, God, of course the fucking Sharpie doesn't work. Hold on. So when you would go to the little box where all these are stored, you'd know that this one's bad and don't pull this one out and use it, right? So I decided to label it like this. So I wrote, shit's bad, yo. Right, just like that. Like, shit's bad, yo. I marked it on this fucking on this little RWR receiver. So didn't think anything of it. Was just being an ass, you know. Like I was well known for being a know-it-all, being a smart ass. So I marked it shit's bad, yo. And so, you know, we get done with the shift, and I forgot all about the shit. Right? We locked everything up. Day crew takes over. We go down. We go to sleep, and man, it was not but a couple hours later, I got Staff Sergeant Muth in my face, right at my bunk. So I'll never forget, like, my bunk was like head height, right? Like my bunk was up here. So I remember he opened my fucking curtain, and he shook me awake, and he's like looking dead at me, and he's like, shit's bad, yo? Shit's bad, yo? And like Staff Sergeant Muth was from Cambodia, so he had a thick accent and stuff, but he's like, shit's bad, yo. And so he was so pissed, because what happened is every morning everything had to be inventoried. So Master Sergeant, the Chief Warrant Officer 4, Staff Sergeant Muth, and like all the high guys or all the higher ups in the avionics shop had to go through all these containers and look at, you know, to inventory our stuff every fucking day. Well, I didn't think about it. This shit's fucking labeled shit's bad, yo. And sure as shit, oh man, Staff Sergeant Muth was so pissed. I think at that point that wasn't the only time Staff Sergeant Muth had to wake me up out of my rack for some dumb shit I did, but man, he heated. Shit's bad, yo. Shit's bad, yo. Oh man, I caught some flack for that one, but he's like, I guess Master Sergeant was pissed. Like, why did I do that? I don't fucking know, but it was just funny at the time, and it was not funny when I got woke the fuck up while I was sleeping. But never forget this shit's bad, yo story. So just dumb shit you do as a young man, man.